Welcome to part 1 of Competency 6 quiz. In this video, we will answer questions involving linear and quadratic equations. Number 1, what is the y-intercept of the line that contains the point 40 and the point -3, -14? Okay, for this one, we're just going to use our calculator. So we need stat, and we're highlighted on what we need. That's the edit. So let's push enter and let's go up and clear enter. Remember when you highlight the L listing above, remember to always push clear. Now let's arrow over, clear, enter, and arrow over, clear, enter. Just clear them all out. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need 4, enter. Okay, that's our x, our first x, and then our second x is -3. Then you enter, arrow over to the right. Let's enter our L1 column, and that will be 0, enter, and -14, and enter. Now, remember, we need to push second mode to back out, push stat again, but this time we arrow to the right for calc, which is calculate, and we want number 4, that's our linear regression. So push 4. Now we have got the wrong list entered. We need L1 and L2. That's where we populated our points. So you need second 1, that gives us L1, then enter. Say second 2, so you see that blue L2 above the number 2. Now push enter. We do not populate anything into the frequency list, so enter again. But you do want to save the equation you build into your graph. You don't exactly have to for this one, but instead of working it out, let's do it. Okay, so what do we need to do? We say alpha trace and see where it's highlighted on 1 else of 1. Push enter. And now it's going to save in y sub 1. Push enter, enter. Well, this is how we're going to build our equation. It will be y equals, remember a equals m for slope, so that's 2x minus 8. Like I told you, we can see what the intercept is, and obviously the intercept, the y-intercept, is the b value. So that means we need -8, and C would be our option. However, let's see where we saved it. Y equals, and see it's saved. Our equation is saved for us. So let's go ahead and graph that. Okay, and as you can see, it looks like it does actually cross there at -8. So let's go second graph, and let's set up our window. Let's go to, we want x to equal 0, and let's enter and say we want it in steps of 1. Now let's go look. Second graph. Okay, and that's exactly what we needed, 0 and -8. All right. Number 2, a line contains the point -4 if it has no slope. Which one of the following points lies on this line? Okay, this is what no slope is. Let's quickly sketch. We've got our y, and this will be our x. Okay, and there's our origin. Okay, oops. That's our origin right here, our 0, 0. Okay, our point, a line contains -2 and 4. So let's just kind of sketch that in. Okay, let's go -1, 2, and let's say it's right here. Okay, but the line has no slope. Well, you may remember, you may not remember. Go back to think about our videos. 0 slope is a horizontal line, but this says no slope. So the only thing left would be the vertical line. So that means we're going to have a vertical line And that vertical line is x equals -2. X is always going to equal -2, but there can be any value of y that you want. So we need to go with an x that's -2 in any value. It doesn't matter what's in the y position. What matters is this -2. None of the others have a -2. Okay, so B is obviously our option. Okay, let's look at number 3. Which one of the following equations represents a line that is parallel to the graph 5x minus 4y equals 9 and contains the point -3 and 3? Okay, well, what we need is something that has the same slope as this given line. So we need to put the given line into the y-intercept form, okay? All right, so let's see here. I have -4y equals 9 minus 5x. Divide everything by -4. Now that gives me y equals, -4. Well, this slope becomes a positive. So I'm going to kind of rewrite that as 5 over 4x minus 9 over 4. Okay, so that's my slope, 5 over 4. So, but it's positive. So that eliminates B and D. Okay, so what we need to be parallel is a line that has the same slope but a different y. And we don't know which one of these will work. It has to go through this point. So this is what we're going to do. First, we know that these two lines have the same slope, so they've got to be parallel. So let's go ahead and just graph both of them and see which one, when we have x is -3, which one has a y of 3. Not a problem. And you can go ahead and calculate it out. That's up to you. Okay. However, I'm not going to do that. I'll do that, then I'll write it out for you. Okay. Let's graph it and then I'll write it. All right. So let's go. Alpha y equals, enter because we want number 1 and we want 5, go down to 4, arrow over, put in your x, and I'm doing A right now, okay? So then I need to say plus and alpha y equals number 1, and that will be 27 over the 4, okay? Then I'll go down to, ooh, these are both the same color. Before I type anything, that color needs to be changed. Enter, let's just go with something bright, maybe uh, orange, light blue probably would look good. Make sure we enter down. Okay, now let's go to second y1, enter, and we need 5 over the 4, arrow over to put in our x. And then we're on C, remember, that is a plus, and then alpha y equals, enter for 1, and that is 3/4. 3 over the 4. Now let's graph to take a look. Okay, not bad. But what we're looking for is whenever we look at the -3 here, we need to have a 3 in the y, okay? So second, oh, you know what? Let's do second window. So we start at 3. Okay. No, 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 no. We don't want to start at 3. We want to start at -3. So we go straight to it. So go out, second graph. Okay. And it looks like it will be the blue. And if you remember, that's Y2. And Y2 was, we need, oh no, when Y is -3, we need 3. No, 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 no. We need the first one. We need A. Oops, got to be careful because let's go back to our Y equals. So A we typed in first, then C. And when x is -3, we needed 3. So go back to second graph. Yes, that will be the first one, the pink one. That is option A. Number 4, a system of linear equations is in the form ax plus by equals c and dx plus ey equals f, where a, b, c, d, and f are constants. That means they're either a constant or a coefficient, okay? If the answers are x equals 5 and y equals -3, which one of the following is the augmented matrix that reveals the solution? Well, what they're testing your knowledge, very basic knowledge, is that you need to have the identity matrix, and then in your last column will be the answers. Okay? The identity matrix is not A and not B. You need 1, 1 on the diagonal with 1 in the first row, first column. Okay? It should always look like C or D. Now, then the first row gives you the value of x because this is x, 1x, meaning that that's coefficient 1 with x. So then the next column is your y, and that's what we needed here. So we need C. Okay, that wasn't a calculator issue or even anything to solve. That's just testing your basic knowledge. And the the way that they asked it was A, B, C, D. You see that in textbooks, and it's kind of like meant to confuse you if you don't know what you're doing. That's all I can think about that. Okay, now let's look at number 5. Right. For the system of linear equations in the form ax plus b equals c and dx plus ey equals f, where a, b, c, d, e, and f are constants. Same situation. Suppose the final augmented matrix is, okay, now they have the augmented in this particular form. What is the solution for x and y? If you recall, again, this is just basics. Do you know your basics? Well, you should know from prior videos or just high school, maybe, college bare minimum, that this would be no solution. So the answer is C. Okay, this is the last question in this particular video. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, liking, and subscribing. We love it when you subscribe or show us any kind of approval with sharing and liking. It is the best. Happy testing, everybody.